Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my bookish world. I'm Alex and today I'm going to be doing my December wrap-up, aka my last wrap-up of 2020. So I had a very ambitious TBR, if you remember back from my December TBR, and it got jumbled up and it's a mess. So let's just get into it because I did actually read, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 reads. I read 7 books, which was pretty exciting, and I started 2 more. But yeah, let's just get into it. So the first book that I read was Shine Your Icy Crown by Amanda Lovelace. This is her newest poetry collection that I believe comes out this month. I was lucky enough to receive an e-arc on NetGalley, so thank you to the publishers for allowing that. I really enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars. I have loved all of Amanda Lovelace's poetry collections, so I was really excited to read this one. And I'm excited to read more from her. But I'll try to remember to link my review on Goodreads down below. Otherwise, you can just go check. The next book that I read was a nonfiction that I also got an e-arc from NetGalley from. And that was hashtag Me Too and You, which is a collection. It's not really I thought it was a collection of essays, but it's more of like a way to teach kids and teenagers especially about different issues within society, so like power dynamics, sexual abuse, stuff like that. And so it was really interesting because it gave definitions for all of that as well as examples. I will say trigger warning because obviously it does deal with different types of abuse. But other than that, I really enjoyed it. I didn't give it a rating, I don't think on Goodreads because I don't normally give ratings, but I think on NetGalley I gave it a 5 stars. It's definitely something that I would like to see taught in schools for sure. Yeah, I don't remember the release date either, but yeah. The next book that I read was Ivy Aberdeen's Letter to the World by Ashley Herring Blake. This is a middle grade about a 12-year-old girl, I think, whose family gets their house completely destroyed in a tornado. And so during this, her sketchbook gets lost, and her sketchbook had pictures, drawings of hers that had her holding hands, hanging out with a girl, and depicted her attraction to girls that she was still trying to figure out. And so it's a sapphic story. It's about this girl trying to understand her sexuality and trying to come out to her friends and trying to understand and also get her notebook back. The next book that I read was In a Holidays by, oh gosh. Oh, by the way, I gave Ivy Aberdeen's Letter to the World 4 stars. I'm really excited to read more by Ashley Herring Blake. So far, I think I've loved everything that she's written. Anyway, In a Holidays is by Christina Lauren. This is their most recent romance novel, adult romance novel, where basically it takes place around the holidays, around Christmas and stuff, and it follows this girl named May, I think, who, why can't I remember anything? Who, she did a thing. She celebrates Christmas every year with her family as well as this family that's like her parents' best friends at this cabin. And so this year, basically, they decide that they're selling the cabin, and so she makes this wish to save the cabin or do something that makes her happy. And so we get this kind of like Groundhog Day time loop where she keeps repeating the same day and the same holiday until she gets it right. And there is a little bit of a love triangle, but not really. I gave it 5 stars at the time, but honestly, it's more like 4.5. I still really enjoyed it. I really loved the romance. I'm not gonna say it was like amazing, 10 out of 10. You should read like classic literature. It's an adult romance novel. It's not like Moby Dick, but it was good for what I wanted. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. The next book that I read was The V Word, which is, I think, edited by Kelly Jensen. I don't remember. But basically, this is a collection of essays, all nonfiction, about first time having sex, which is something that I wasn't really sure if I wanted to read, but I'm actually really excited that I picked it up because it definitely focuses on different types of sex, and it focuses on obviously straight sex, but it also goes on queer sex. We get sapphic, we get transgender, and different ways that people have sex and what it means to them, what it meant to them at the time, and also talked a lot about like, hey, if you had sex before you completely realized your sexuality, it doesn't have to count. So I really enjoyed this. I didn't give it a rating just because I don't really give nonfiction a rating, especially when it's a collection of essays. I feel very weird about that. But I did really enjoy it, and I, again, think it's something that would be really interesting to see more in schools because sex isn't really taught. Not that you should really be teaching students to have sex, but like, what am I trying to say? But, you know, you don't really talk about sex and it's only abstinence is taught, whereas in this book it's more than just abstinence. It's just real stories about people, and I think that's just something that we don't get enough of. And then the next one that I read was 10 Blind Dates by Ashley Elston. I gave this 4 stars. So this book follows Sophia? I think her name's Sophie or Sophia. Who recently broke up with her boyfriend, and her parents are out of town visiting her sister, and she is staying with her grandparents and her large family, and they decide for her to get over her heartbreak during winter break that they are going to set her up on 10 blind dates. So somebody in her family will set her up on a blind date with somebody, and there are a lot of great dates and some bad ones, and it's really her getting through this breakup. And it does deal with some heavier topics. Trigger warning, I think, for her sister is pregnant with a baby and there's some complications with that. So trigger warning for that. But otherwise, I really enjoyed this. I gave it 4 stars, like I said. Again, not top tier literature, but it was really cute and it was what I needed to kind of get me in the Christmas spirit. So yeah, 4 stars. And then the last book that I actually finished in December is The Brightest Night by Jennifer Armentrout. I gave this 5 stars. Yeah, 5 stars. Which actually I think is the first time I've given a book in this series, the Origin series, 5 stars, so that's exciting. But anyway, this book follows so this is the 3rd book in the Origin series, which is a spinoff off of the Lux series. So I would read the Lux series first and then the Origin series. The first 2 books are Darkest Star and The Burning Shadow, and then we have The Brightest Night. So basically this series follows Evie, who finds out that she's not exactly who she thought she was when she meets this alien named Luke, who has known her entire life, and starts to kind of uncover the secrets about who she was before and why she feels this connection to him, even though she's never met him before. I absolutely loved it. There's so much in here, and it just made me so happy, and I'm so excited for the 4th book. And I'm glad I have a signed edition. The only thing I'm irritated with is the cover change because they changed covers in the middle of the series, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna be okay. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. I don't really have much else to say, and I don't want to spoil anything, but the romance in here, top tier. Who knew I would love aliens so much? But yeah. And then the last 2 books that I started, but I did not finish, and I'm not even gonna lie, I don't think I even got the majority of either one done in December. I think I've read the majority of it. Well, yeah, no. Nope, I've been reading the majority of it. If I can reach the books. Why did I not put these down here by me? So the first book I started The Lost Book of the White first, but I was really bored. So I switched to ebook, and then I switched to audiobook. So I'm currently listening to this. I'm about 40-something% of the way through. hoping to finish this week because it's embarrassing that I'm still reading this. And then I'm almost done with Kingdom of Flesh and Fire by Jennifer L. Armentrout, which again, I was hoping to read in December, but stuff happened. So I'm just trying to get it done so I can get to my January TBR. I'm on page 579 out of like 626. So I should finish this today. And if I don't, I'm gonna cry. But yeah, those will be in my January wrap up. I'll talk about them. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Follow all my social media down below. That's Twitter, Instagram, and Goodreads. And I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.